Allied bombs and missiles have rained down on military targets in Libya for the second night running. According to the US military, Colonel Gaddafi's air defences were crippled, meaning the coalition can enforce a no-fly zone. There was also a missile attack on the dictator's compound in Tripoli, but the Americans insist they weren't after him. The Libyan leader is promising to arm more than 1 million of his supporters for a long war. But opposition forces think coalition firepower will help deliver victory. Foreign Affairs editor Peter Cave is in eastern Libya.
For rebel fighters in Benghazi, the tide has turned, and they're pushing out of their stronghold back towards Tripoli. This was what was left of one of Colonel Gaddafi's armoured columns struck by French fighter bombers on the road between Benghazi and Ajdabiyah. Still blazing with ammunition exploding, the remains of 14 tanks and dozens of armoured personnel carriers and trucks mounted with rocket launchers. Many of the dead soldiers are African mercenaries. This amateur video shows how it all began in the city of Benghazi last month. A small protest for basic human rights was put down mercilessly by Gaddafi's men. The pictures show soldiers shooting into unarmed crowds. This is what turned a peaceful movement into a war in Libya.
All the Libyan people are suffering for more than 41 years from this oppressive regime. Yes. And we are against him completely. No one. It's over. 41 years, over.
The coalition took their air war directly to Colonel Gaddafi on day 2, targeting what they said was an air control facility within his heavily fortified compound in Tripoli. Tracer fire raked the sky, but a missile precisely targeted the building about 50 metres from the tent where Gaddafi normally meets guests. It was flattened, but hundreds of human shields surrounding Gaddafi's residence nearby were unhurt. The images coming back from Libya have caused a wobble within the coalition, with the Arab League expressing reservations.
What happened differs from the no-fly zone objectives. What we want is the protection of civilians. Protection, not shelling more civilians.
But as British pilots returned from a bombing raid, the UK government defended the strikes.
We're using some very specific types of weaponry designed to minimise, obviously, any civilian or casualties or other collateral damage. Of course, we're extremely careful in that targeting process.
Around Europe and in several Arab countries, they're still marshalling their planes to join the coalition, which says it now has complete control of the skies over Libya. Peter Cave, ABC News, Tobruk.